Hello guys, welcome to this second tutorial on database management system. Today we are going to learn DDL, that is data definition language. So let me first explain what DDL actually is. DDL or data definition language actually consists of queries or commands which we use to define the database schema. Now, as I have already explained, that database schema is the internal structure of database, that means inside portion of database. So if we are making any changes, like for example creating a table, we are doing something inside the structure by creating a table, by using alter queries to rename a table, by adding new column names, changing column names, or dropping that table whatever we have created. So if we are doing such things, that comes under DDL. Now there are various DDL commands which we use. Here I have listed few of them. They are create, drop, alter, truncate, rename and comment. So let us try to understand these commands with the help of SQL queries. So for that, as you can see, my SQL query command line is already available. So I'll just simply put my password. So it's ready now. So let us first check what are the databases that is available inside my SQL. So I'll use databases. So here you can see 4 databases are already there. So let's create our own database. Create 2 database, one is ICFI, one is BCA. So I have created 2 database. As you can see, with the help of databases, we can see that I have created BCA and ICFI. Now I have 2 databases or 6 databases from which I can use any one I want. So let me use ICFI database. So I am using ICFI database. Now database has been changed to ICFI. By default it was something else. Now it has been changed to ICFI. Now I am currently inside ICFI database. Now let us move to the first command, that is to create. Now this create command is basically used to create a database object. Database object can be anything like table, index, store procedures. So let us create one database object, that is table. So I'll run the query for creating a table. So create table student. I'll give column, first column is integer, second one is name with the data type varchar, and give some size. I have given the size as 15. Now here you must be thinking, why not for integer? So it's up to us. If we don't give for integer, by default it will take 11, or if we want we can mention as well. So let me do both the things. So here you can see that my first table has been created. So let us see the description. Now here you can see by default it has taken 11. Now let me mention the size. So I have given 15. Now I'll give this name as student 1. So I'll give student 1. Now here you can see that integer is taking size as 15. So I hope you understood this create query. Now let's move to second one, that is drop. Drop query is basically used to delete that object whatever we have created from the database. It will delete entire structure. So let us delete one of the tables which we have created right now. So let's delete student 1. so I'll just change this drop table student 1. So here you can see that student 1 has been deleted. Now let me check the description. Now here the message is coming, error message, that student 1 table does not exist. Likewise, if we want, then we can also drop an entire database. So earlier I showed you that I had two databases, that is BCA and ICFI. So I will delete the one which I am not using. So I am not using, let's check, BCA. So I am using ICFI, so I'll remove that BCA database. So drop database BCA. So that database has been dropped. Now here you can see that database no more there. Now let us run the next command, that is alter. Now alter command is basically used to change the structure of an database. Let's say for example I want to change my table name from student to something else. So I am basically changing the structure. Like let's say another example, I want to add one new column name in one particular table. So that is also helping me to change the structure. So for that purpose we use this alter command. So let me first check. I have this table, that is student. So let's change this table name from student to something else. So for that we can use alter rename query. So I am writing the query, that is alter table student, my current table name. Now I am using rename to, let's say, user 1. So my table name is renamed from student to user 1. Now let's run this description student to see that if that table is available or not. So here you can see that error message is coming, that student table does not exist. Now in place of this, let's use the new one, new name. So here you can see that description user 1 is showing its details. So let's move to another query of alter, that is to add new column. So here you can see I have only two columns, that is ID and name. So let's add the third one. Let's add city. So alter table, now the table name is user 1. Add city I'll give the data type and size and simply run it. So now you can see that city column name has been added. Now let's run another alter query, that is to rename and column name. Now I'll rename this city to something else. Let's rename this city to state. So alter table user 1 change city to state. I'll give the data type and some size. So this is done. So let's check. Now you can see that city has been renamed to state. So I hope this is clear. Now let's move to next one, that is to modify and data type. So to modify this data type, so let's modify the data type of state from varchar to char. I am modifying state from varchar to char of size 10. So here you can see query is successful. Now you can see that state has new data type, that is of char and of size 10. Now let's modify multiple data type at a time, that means more than one data type at a time. So here what I'll do is I'll simply put comma. Okay, here I'll simply put comma, then I'll write modify, let's say name to char of size 15, and let's modify state again back to varchar of size 10. So that's what I'm doing. I'm modifying two things at one time. So here you can see query is successful. Now here you can see name has been modified to char. It was varchar earlier. Likewise from char to I have modified to varchar of size 10. Now let us run the last query for alter, that is to drop a column, that is to remove an column. So alter table user1 drop column state. So here I have removed one column which I have added. So I have removed state. So I hope you understood all this alter commands. Now let us move to the fourth one, that is truncate. Now this truncate command is basically used to remove everything from our table. Whatever we have stored inside a table, we can remove that. There is difference between truncate and delete. Delete command basically removes thing one at a time, but with the help of truncate at once we can remove everything. Now we have one table, that is user1, inside which we have two columns, that is ID and name. So let me insert some values inside this particular table so that I can show you the use of truncate command. So insert into user1 values, so 1, so I have inserted two things at once. So let's check two values at once. So let's check if those values are available. Select a string from user1. So you can see both the values has been inserted. Now let us use that command named as truncate. Now truncate table user1. So both the values will get deleted at one go. So it's removed. Now I'll run this query again. Now you can see here the output is empty set. That means nothing is inside my table. So for this purpose we use truncate command. Now let us use the next one, that is to rename an table. So rename we can use to basically modify a table. Rename table user1 to, let's say, again back to our original name, that is student. So now if I'll run this description user1, it will give me an error, so I have to write. So here you can see that rename command has been executed. Now comment command is basically, let's say, so this is an example of comment command. These commands are basically used by programmers to know a block of code is used for what purpose. So basically for that we use this comment command. Now I don't think so this will be supported, so we can use it like this, and we can run any of the alter query. So this we can do in this particular thing. So like this we basically use this comment command. So I hope you understood today's session, in which I have explained DDL, what DDL actually is, and then I have also explained all the types of DDL commands. So if you have any doubts, you can simply ask me. Thank you for watching.